This video we're going to use a little technique to create a copy of an angle. So this angle 50, I want to make a copy on this line up here. I want to know it's 50 degrees without actually using the protractor. The second one is we want to create a parallel line through here, and what you might remember is a pair of parallel lines. If you've got a transversal line, alternate angles are equal. Or you can even do corresponding angles on the top side. It's perfectly acceptable to do either way. So we'll start off doing the angle over here, and I'll show you parallel lines afterwards. So first of all, I'm going to need some compasses, and it's important that you copy things reliably when you go between the two parts of the diagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure, make sure my compasses will fit on both diagrams. And I'm going to set that length, and I'll leave the length the same. Because what we're going to do is we're going to construct a random triangle using these two lines of exactly that are congruent. So this base side is needed to be the same size. I then use that point to measure another angle going up to another point along here. So I'm going to create another arc. I may as well use the same length, so I'm going to use Isosceles Triangles to do this. It doesn't matter if I create another one, because we're going to measure to this point. I'm going to create an Isosceles Triangle, do an Isosceles marker on this side. And then the last part is to actually use your compasses to set distance to the distance between these two markings. Now with my compasses it's a little hard to see if I've got it right, so I'm just going to do a little arc to check. You don't need the arc in your final construction, I just needed it because the pencil's in the way of my image, and I copy it. Now where this point is crossing, that first arc, I've got very close to not showing it. I use a pencil and ruler. I put my line through there and through where the two meet. And when I put my protractor on here, I should get a copy of 50 degrees. Can't get in. I think my accuracy here was a little bit out, that was 49. So I think maybe when I was setting my compasses between these 2 points, I made a little bit of an error. So we can use the same technique though to create an angle up here. First point is we need a point on this line to create the transversal through. A lot of people will create it perpendicular. I'm going to show that we don't need to, we can use copying angles techniques. So I'm going to draw a line going through the point and onto the parallel line. So we're going to create a parallel line by using I'm going to try doing it actually using the corresponding angle trick. So I set my compasses to a distance I know will fit onto both here. So I'll make a copy of that mark. I don't want it too close to this one, so I'm going to bring it in a bit. First arc, and do a copy of that line. Second part is I need a mark over here that's going to be roughly the same. Well, I might as well do the same as I did last time and do it using Isosceles Triangles. So I can rotate this through there and do an arc that will definitely cut down. And so I put the arc also on this side and cut across. And now I need to make my arc between the 2 points, so I'm creating congruent triangles, and this is where my accuracy goes because I've got to guess where the centre of my pencil is. I'm going to do the arc just to check it. It's about as good as I think I can do, so I'll remove it because I don't need it. And this time I need to do that arc as if I'd done it from this point. I'm making a copy of the length there. So move it over, copy it up, move it across. And now when I draw a line that goes through both that point from that point, I've created some parallel lines. And I can check it by using the distance. So if I check the distance here at right angles, I'm going to use the markings to set my right angle. We've got it at 1.65. So when I come up to here, 1.65. Come up to here, 1.65. So those lines are parallel.